and I am here to guide you today in the energy. I am the CEO's secret weapon, and I call myself an energetic experience coach. So what I'm going to do is take you out of your mind and into the truth of the energy of your experience. So excited that you are here. And I know as we go along, our friends are going to join us. So today we're going to talk about the powerful energy of appreciation. And I'm going to show you the two sides of the same coin, because we could also call this gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation, same coin. Just what master are you serving? Are you serving the conscious mind or the subconscious mind? Because remember, the subconscious mind is where if you go there first, you'll cut down the number of steps or the doing part or the action part. And as long as you're okay with lots of action, if you need lots of action, then go into gratitude, because gratitude is an action where appreciation is the energy. And we're going to really take a deep dive of what the difference between the two and why it matters. Because again, it's one thing if you want something to take 9 months to happen because you believe with all the action that's necessary that that's how long it's going to take. And you're absolutely right. And that would be on the side of the conscious mind or gratitude. Or you can take the same outcome and do it in 3 months when you get into the energy of appreciation, because the people, the opportunities, the things behind the scene happen a whole lot faster because you are aligned with the outcome, the energy of the outcome versus the thoughts of the outcome. And that's a game changer, folks. So there's nothing wrong with the doing of it. If it takes 10 steps and you enjoy all 10 steps, then by all means, go into the thought and do the 10 steps. But if you would rather have not only the same outcome, but I'm going to tell you that when you go into the energy, your energy will always one up you. It will always one up you, in the sense that whatever you think the outcome is, it'll bring it quicker, it'll bring it bigger, and it'll bring it more amazing than it could if you did the 10-step. So again, it's always your preference. There's never a good or bad. There's never a right or wrong. It's just how do you want to have the experience, right? So if you are a 10-stepper and you need all 10 steps and you enjoy every single one of those and you are in the appreciation of each step, then by all means. But if you are that person that you're doing it 10 steps and you look over here and this person's doing it in 3 and they're getting better results, you can't be hollering at them for taking a different approach. And that's usually what is happening when you're seeing it happen for another and you're seeing it happen so easily for them and you think you're doing something wrong. It's not that you're doing something wrong. You just chose to serve the conscious mind. So now here's that point of pullback where you go, okay, now I know I have a choice. And now which one will I do? So gratitude is of the conscious mind, and the conscious mind is the master of thought. And someone said to me the other day, what do you think of mindfulness? And I said, it's BS. Your mind's already full. You don't need to make it more full of stuff that it's already full of, because most of the time you haven't cleared out the stuff that it's full of, and then you put more stuff in there and then it's overstuffed, right? And it's like wearing a pair of shoes 2 sizes too small, and it's a rerun. Right, you're putting some new stuff in, but you still have the old reruns playing, and they're trying to fit into the reruns, and it's insanity. It's insanity. Mindfulness is insanity if you don't go into the energy first, because you're just activating a whole bunch of stuff, and it's chaos. Mindfulness and then adding gasoline to it would be just an explosion of chaos. And we don't want that anymore. And you may even do a gratitude journal. And our very first energized alignment was how to do a powerful gratitude journal. But this is even how being an energized alignment coach, and this is something I've done my whole life, I'm always evolving. So I'm going to go pull that down and redo that, because now I have new awareness that I didn't have when that was initially created. And that's how this is supposed to go. It's not that I've done something wrong, because where I was at that time was the best alignment that I had with this topic. And now the topic has changed. If you do a gratitude journal, and if you do it how we said in the first session, was you go in and you give thanks for something in the past, something in the present, and something yet to come in your future. Right? But what we want you to do, and that is really kind of the second step, going into thought and writing things down without first going into the energy, will only bring you more at the level that you are. And we want you to think about levels, as we've talked, that there's no yesterday and tomorrow, there's just old level and new level. Right? Because then it takes the pressure off you, and it takes the time. When we start taking time out of the equation, because to the subconscious mind, there's no past and there's no future. right? It's only the conscious mind walking through a linear space-time that has to be aware of time, because it gives you guidelines, and that way you're not in a dream state of chaos. And that's really, really, really important. But if you go into the mind to try to create, it can only create at the level that it is in. And we want you to think about a 100-story level building. And each level is your reality. It looks exactly the same when you step off of that elevator, except the energy of each level is different. There is a shame level, there's a guilty level, there's an apathy level, there is a fear level, there's a grief level, but then we get into desire, we have some anger, we have some courage, we have some neutrality, and it keeps going up and it keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. 100 ones. So the moment that you step off your elevator, every floor is going to look exactly the same. You're going to look the same, because when you level up, you're in the environment that you're in when you were at a lower level. And you do this all day long. It's just very, very subtle, because most people are not tuned into their body. But when you walk out of the level, if you think you're on a level that's higher, but what keeps showing up, and allow your level to come to you and show you with your interactions of people and text and what shows up in your news feed. Because when you're at a higher level, you only see those posts or go on at the time where there's just people celebrating life. But when you're caught in the yuck of things and you go on, you're going to find those people who are right there on your level with you, because you can only see the level that you're at. And you don't see the world how it is, you see the level that you are. So if you get off the elevator and you think you're at a neutral level and people come at you angry, my friend, you are on the angry level. You let your thoughts convince you you are at a higher level. And that's why thoughts can always be misleading. So I want you to, and I'm going to use an example we've used before. So you've been on a roller coaster before. And you can never make a second impression. The first time you go on the roller coaster, that's the first time. And it's amazing if you love roller coasters, or even if you sort of love roller coasters and you question your sanity as you're going up the hill like I do. But then once you go over the hill, you're fine, right? Okay, so it's the experience. You go on a roller coaster to experience a roller coaster, not the merry-go-round, because you wouldn't get a merry-go-round experience on a roller coaster. And of course, there's gradients of roller coasters. But so the first time you go on it, it's your maiden voyage. And then you can go on it again, and it's still going to feel exhilarating, but it's not going to be as scary as it just was the last time around, whether you get to go on it immediately or you have to wait in line again. And if you go on it 10 times in a row, eventually you're going to acclimate to it, and it's not going to be the big waha that it once was. It's not that it changed. It's the same roller coaster, but you up-leveled to that level. And now if you want the same thing, you have to go to a bigger roller coaster, right? So let's take that in mind. Now you get off your roller coaster and you're going to talk to 3 different people. The first person you're going to talk to is they've never been on a roller coaster before, and they want you to explain what you just experienced. And you can explain it to them, but they have no point of understanding because they've never been on one. You can't take your feel and say, here's the feel, and give it to them, or at least not at this level. If you become a master energist, you can. However, but where you are is where you are, and you just explain it in words. And this is the point that I want you to understand, that you can't explain to someone who has not had the experience what an experience is for you to anywhere match what you actually experienced, but that is your truth. That is your truth. And even if they walk away and go, no, that's not how it is, how would they know? They've never been on it. You get the analogy here, right? Okay, this is going to be really important for understanding appreciation versus gratitude. The second person that you're going to talk to is someone who's been, say, on a wooden roller coaster, but this is one of those huge, ginormic metal monstrosity, crazy roller coasters, right? And so they have some kind of understanding of what a roller coaster is, but they've never been on one like that loop the loops and all craziness, right? So then once again, they'll have a better understanding since they have some foundation of what a roller coaster is like. And they'll be better than the first person. But again, still, you can't begin to understand how they will not be able to really understand your actual fear, your experience, and your truth. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Karen, I see you joined in. So then You meet the third person who's been on this one before, but it's been a while and they want a reminder, or maybe they've been on that type of roller coaster, but not that one. So again, they're going to have more understanding of where you're coming from, but all three of them, no matter if they have no idea or they've been on one like it, or they've been on this one, but they haven't for a while, they can understand through your words, but it's not the experience. And the experience is always truth, even if, and it's always, you can't ever, no matter what, give the person the experience that you had. So we want you to stop trying to explain your truth and go into the energy of what it felt for you. Because with proper awareness, you can create a roller coaster experience sitting in the chair that you're on without, it's like a virtual reality without having to put the goggles on. And this is where you begin to master your energy. And when you can give yourself that kind of an experience, that you've been on it enough, you can kind of go in and try to figure out what it would be if it wasn't, if you've never been. And if you've been on a wooden one, trying to figure out ahead of time what it would be like. And you might do that while you're waiting in line to go on that one. Or you're back in line again and you're seeing if you can make it even more exciting, maybe not holding on or doing it with your eyes closed, or something to make the experience very different, even though it's in the same type of situation, because the roller coaster can't change its track, not yet, but those are coming, right? Okay, so this is really what's powerful in understanding this talk today, that your experience is your truth. And your truth can never be explained to anyone. And even in your truth, and you know that that's what you experience, if someone is telling you that it is not, that is letting you know that they can't understand your experience, so they're at a lower level on that topic. It's not good or bad. It's not that you're better and they're worse. It's just you're at two different levels, and that's all it's meant to show. So when we go back into talking about gratitude, and when we talk about appreciation is like riding the roller coaster. You're in the moment, you're experiencing the thing, and you're feeling the energy of that experience. So we would say that when you're on the roller coaster, you're appreciating the roller coaster ride as it happens. That's appreciation. Gratitude would be coming off the roller coaster and trying to explain it after the fact, where you're not in the experience of it, but you're acknowledging that it was a really cool thing. Do you get that? That's so powerful. Appreciation or energetic experience is while it's happening. So if you love your car and you go, I'm so thankful for my car, that's gratitude. But if you feel it as you're driving it, whether it's a brand new one, because you know the excitement of that, but every day you get in that car, it's a brand new one. But you've acclimated to it, so it becomes ordinary. And then we have to give gratitude. So if you go into the experience and into the moment, regardless whether you stubbed your toe, that's the appreciation of stubbing your toe, because it made you realize you were not as aware as you thought you were, because if you were, you would not have stubbed your toe, right? So when you understand whether it's a wonderful experience to the conscious mind or a not so gracious experience to the conscious mind, it's all about the appreciation of it showing you the level that you're on. So when you are in hiding, when you don't bring out your full self, when you don't allow yourself to be appreciated through you appreciating you through your experience, and you hide parts of your life and you hide parts of who you are, then when you're hiding things, then things are hidden from you and they can jump out and get you, right? Because in the preventing of the jumping out and getting you, then you bring things to do exactly that. This is very, very, very powerful. I'm so right now in the moment of appreciation of sharing this information, appreciation that you're here, that I know that you have this crazy, amazing life. And the fact that you chose to be here with me right now, my skin's all googly and goosebumpy. That's how excited I am, because once I watch this over again, as I upload it to YouTube, or I go back and listen to it again and I take out some sound bites, that's the gratitude part. It's the after effect. It's after the experience. So the appreciation is in the experience. You cannot appreciate things ahead of time. They are in the experience of it. You must be in the now moment. And those things that are new, they strike a, but everything can be new all the time, because every day is a new day. And even if you brush your teeth every day, you can be in the appreciation of the experience of feeling those beautiful little bristles taking off whatever the magic that they do, right? And you can be in gratitude until, usually where we get a moment is that the toothbrush got thrown out, or maybe it fell on the floor, or maybe it's all worn out, right? That's a appreciation that, okay, I have everything I need right here, right now to go get a new one. And when you start to understand and appreciate this moment, I have everything I have here, right now, but not say the words, plus more. My universe always ones up me. I have everything I need right here, right now, plus more all the time. And when it needs to activate more, because I'm feeling the moment now, I'm feeling how blessed everything is. Not that I'm looking around going, thank you, curtains, thank you, bed, thank you, chair, thank you, computer. That's gratitude. That's after the fact. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're always coming late to the party if you're only doing the conscious mind. And if you're doing it after the fact, if you don't go into the energy of it first, and going into the energy of it and not having to define what it is, it just feels so good, right? Come on, you don't go on the roller coaster to torture yourself. You go on the roller coaster because it's going to be enjoyable, and it's going to take you out of your ordinary experience and give you something different. Like, that's what this variety is supposed to be, so that you can find the one that the experience that makes your heart sing, not holler at the others who are not doing what you're doing or how you're doing it, or they're doing it wrong. And so much time is wasted in that. And then we try to talk ourselves back into it by giving gratitude, but you're not feeling. Do you realize how abundant you are? That, this is going to sound crazy, but you're not sitting in a cardboard box under an overpass because that's your house. So appreciate, go into the feel of, but it's ordinary and it's every day and it's expected. So you lose the energy of appreciation, and you think that just saying enough, I'm so thankful for this house, is going to do it. No. And that's how you run your business, and that's how you run your life. You try to talk yourself into stuff, and it takes longer and it takes more steps. But if you go into the energy of the completion of it, it's already done. The moment you go into the energy, it is the energetic manifestation of it. It's not being denied to you. It's not that you have to jump through hoops and you're unworthy or you don't know enough or whatever the story the conscious mind will tell you. But if every day you tune into that energy, just because feeling the energy of a roller coaster, if you go in and you feel what it feels like just as you go down the hill and you tap into that, it'll bring those level of excitement stuff to you. So you've had moments, if you're going to pick a rerun from your past, kind of piggybacking on last week, pick a rerun that had a really good, amazing moment of appreciation of what was going on at the very time. You could have won an award. You could have given birth. You could have bought your first car, your first house, or you got married, or you got divorced. Whatever it was that brought that, yes, you finally have gone over the hill and you've arrived. And then enjoy the whole ride. It's not just about the struggle up the hill, the clunk, 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 as you're hearing the roller coaster go up the hill. It's really about the whole entire ride. Because if all you were ever to do was go up the hill and come down one time and not have all the other twists and turns that brought the whole roller coaster experience, it'd be kind of disappointing. You're here for the entire ride. You're not just here to cross the finish line, because it's never going to be complete, because then what once was the most amazing thing in your desire and in your visualization will become an ordinary, just like where you are now, the house that you were. It was exciting when you first moved in, and now it's ordinary. The car that you drive, it was exciting, it was brand new, and now it's ordinary. That's how this is supposed to play out. But in your awareness in every moment, in the appreciation of it, it's not until it's not there do you realize the value of it. So realize the value of it as you're using it. And that's really, really powerful stuff. So remember, in your explanation, you're going to be talking to people who have no clue. You're going to be talking to people who have somewhat of a similar experience, and you're going to be talking to people who've done the same exact thing you did, but you've done it at a level that is a little higher than them, and they're coming to you for that better understanding, so that when they say to you, no, that's not it, appreciate them for their level. And it's not your job to raise them up. It's your job to stay up there and find the others who are already there with you. And if those who are at the lower levels struggle and want to bring you back down and try to convince you that your experience was not your truth, well, then you're on the wrong level in that building, in that elevator. Go back into the elevator. Go back into the mindlessness, because the elevator is the mindlessness. It's the void. It's the temporary pulling out of the environment as you raise up or you raise down, and then you step in to see if you were a match for that level. And that is really, really powerful. If you are not in joy, because joy, I mean, think about it, folks. Choosing to be happy shouldn't be a choice. It should be where you want to be. Why would you choose to not be happy? Why would you choose to stay somewhere or do something that did not bring you joy, when right here, right now, and you're going to tell a story why you can't? You don't have the money, you don't have the time, you don't have the education, blah, 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 blah. Because you can go right now from where you are and create the biggest thing ever. And in the envisioning of it, the visualization of it, the feeling of it, and allowing yourself to feel, because if you just visualize without the feel, again, you're just putting words onto it. And it's like a watered down, low level version, because master energists know that everything's in the energy, and you will not see it until you've anchored into the energy, so that when you do go into the visualization first, it feels like this huge thing. It feels like this huge thing that's going to swallow you up. And when you begin to understand that where you are now, if you have expanded the energy and you don't know what to do right here, right now, then you need to go and just allow the energy to line up for you. And the better you feel, the quicker you're going to line up to that goal. But in this moment that there's nothing to do and you don't know what else to do, that just simply means that you've expanded into new energy. You still have old energy thoughts. And when you step into the new energy and know that in not knowing, that's a really good place. You're not stuck. It's just you've gone back into the elevator and you've just stepped on to the new floor, and you're just allowing to see what comes, so you can see how it feels within you to see if you're a match for that level. When you go into bigger energy, you will never have the thoughts that match it. And there will always feel like a stuckness, and stuck is really, really good. There's nothing wrong. It's just a temporary pause that you've gone into bigger energy and you're waiting for the thoughts to open up, because the level has to make sure that you're anchored in before it starts giving you those thoughts. Because if it gives you the thoughts before you anchor into the energy, they're going to scare the hell out of you. You're going to go back in the elevator and go down with thoughts of, oh my God, how am I ever going to do this? This is too big. I can never do it in that time. All those crazy thoughts will come in. So go into the appreciation of the feel. Feel it, experience it. When you're visualizing, go into the feel it and experience it. And know that the next time that you go into the visualization, it's not going to have that big of a pull or a feel, because you've acclimated. You're not the original asker. You're now the asker that acclimated a little bit, or the visualizer. And then when you go in a third time, it's going to feel even less big. And then you're going to feel like you've done something wrong because it doesn't have that initial feel, but you're not the initial person who went into the first visualization. You've leveled up, because eventually it's just going to feel like the next logical thing, and you'll be in the action and you won't be stuck. But if you go into the bigger energy and there's not an action to take, then you realize that it's not that you're stuck. You just have to allow yourself to acclimate to the energy. Do something that brings you joy. Go blow bubbles. Go run. Go work out. Whatever. Go play the piano. Whatever the thing that is, that thing, your go-to thing that makes you laugh and makes you enjoy life. Call an old friend. Have a good conversation. Read something. Go watch a video. We have a whole YouTube channel, The Invincible CEO, that you can listen while you're running or jogging or in your car. Bring it all in, all the pieces of the puzzle, right? This is what it's meant. It's a recipe. It's not about, I want it now, the second that I think of it. But the less you think and the more you go into the energy of the appreciation of the doneness of it, that regardless of what it is, and I have said this to people so many times, I've gone into the energy of it. I've been in the experience multiple times. It's a done deal. If you were to ask me how in that short amount of time it's going to play out, I can't tell you, and I don't want to, because even if I did, how it's going to play out is going to be so much better than what I can think of right now, because if I could think of it, it would be playing out. And I'm okay with sitting here doing something else I enjoy while all the behind the scene work is being taken care of so that we can rendezvous together. So think about this. So much had to be done behind the scenes before I delivered this for you today. But you didn't have to do any of it. It was all being taken care of on your behalf, for you, by me. You sent out an energy jolt to me saying, you know what, Denise, I really need something like this topic. And then I create this topic. And then I say, here's a point of origin where we all can come together at this time. And you agreed to be here and I agreed to be here. And here we are. And all that was done for you behind the scenes. So all you had to do was show up and enjoy this presentation of it. How awesome is that? And for those who can't be here, right now, they know in their alignment that this will be so that whenever they are aligned to it, they can find it. And that's what a YouTube channel is. It's for those who can't be here in the moment, can go in and create their moment whenever they want it to be. And you can go back in and recreate this moment over and over again. It's like a rerun that you would want to have, right? If you're going to be mindful of something, then put in those things that bring you joy in the moment and those things that are going to move you towards the huge. And I want you to think really, really big. Use this week to be as present in the moment, whether you're making a sandwich, whether you're driving your car, whether you're working with a client, whether you're working out, to make the connection of the appreciation, because the appreciation isn't something that you think about. It's what you experience in the moment as it's happening without thinking about it. Gratitude, as it's wonderful, but it's really the supporting actor or actress, if you will. It's not the main character. It's the support after the fact. And you can't get into appreciation through gratitude. You have to go into the energy and experience it for the first time and make it grander and expand, and not just in logical thinking. If your visualizations are logical, ooh, friend, we need to talk. Your visualization should be rainbow unicorns farting glitter walking down the street, handing you whatever it is that you're looking for. Like, that's a visualization. We want you out of your mind that it's being delivered on the back of a dragon, or it's, flying cars in the air, or we don't want it to be of this world. We want those visualizations to be outrageous because they will bring you up to levels that will deliver better than the level that you're on. May not be the rainbow unicorn. Maybe someday it will be, or yeah, it will be. But it will bring that which is like at that level to you. Think that rainbow unicorn, that odd thing that is never, ever expected to happen, will happen for you. And that's what it is that we're talking about here. This is powerful stuff, friends. So I appreciate this moment, everything in it, that we've aligned so well together. This is so, so exciting. You are here on the edge of the next version of you. And we want you to open up to the authenticity of the joyousness of the appreciation. And appreciation, friends, if you don't have it for yourself, then you don't have it. Because you are it. Tag, you're it. You're the dot from everything all of your energy expands into. When you step off that elevator and step onto the level, it is your energy. And if you are at the place of self-doubt or self-hating and listening to all the old reruns, you are not going to be getting off at a good level, because only amazing things happen at amazing levels. But you have to believe yourself amazing to get on an amazing level. You have to see yourself as awesome to get, not only see it, but feel it and know it. And just because all of your old story, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you hire someone like me, I don't care what happened yesterday. I don't care what happened last week. And I'm sure you're going to have lots of explanation of it. I don't want to hear it, because you're not where you want to be. And none of that got you there. So I have no value and no interest in what your story is. My job is to create your new one and to help you get there. And we take from all the good ingredients that you want. So you're never going to hear me say to you, please tell me about that horrible thing and explain it all to me. Because you wouldn't want in my active energy to be talking about something like that, because it will activate more of that for you. So when you come into my energy, you only speak of the highest version of yourself, or you don't speak at all, and your experience. And that what makes the experience together with me, with us, so different. Who you were up until the moment that we start talking has no value for me and you for what we're about to do together. Only the grandest version of the appreciation of yourself. So start today. Start with where you are. Start with, this is the best place that you could ever be now that you understand it the way that you do. And if you need to listen to it over and over, it'll be immediately here soon as we're done. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. If this video inspired you in any way, please comment below. We love to hear from you. In deep appreciation, thank you for being here and watching the video. If you like what you saw and heard, please like and subscribe to our channel. Feel free to share with all of your family and friends. And why don't you take a peek on the screen and see the videos that have been chosen just for you. Take a deep dive and binge right in. Enjoy.